Good morning. So I just finished the energy read of the day and it was talking about soulmates and about keeping your boundaries because it's important, right? I feel like now we're getting ready to move outside of this hermit mode energy and we're going to be coming into contact with many different people, right? I feel like also in that reading, after taking a few minutes, is that we are protected from relationships that don't work for us, right? We are protected from those relationships that are not fulfilling. And at this point, it's because our journey is to it's to exchange energy, it's to share a frequency is what I'm getting. So I'm going to do a full reading, see if it comes out. If you want to check out the energy read, of course, always look at the elemental frequency on TikTok. I try not to make them too long. They're anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. I got good fortune, protection, power, and courage. I feel like there is a high level protection, spiritual protection over this good fortune, over this power. I also get the energy that your power is in your fortune or your fortune is in your power, and that's why they are both very much protected. I am also getting the energy that your protection should be able to give you the courage or the bravery, be that brave spirit to be in your authenticity because it is needed, it is warranted, and you are highly and divinely protected. There's this divine masculine energy that keeps coming in, or if you have been in your divine feminine energy, you are moving into this divine and this divine masculine energy because you are starting a new karmic path. You have completed the old karmic path because you have this energy of growth. You have grown, you have evolved, you have healed and did a lot of work to overcome those trauma bonds. 11:11 on the clock at this time. So I feel like during this karmic or this time of karma, like that you've been healing from, there has been a sense of growth in your power as well as your good fortune. So it's okay to be courageous, right? And I'm also seeing that on this new path, there is the energy of good fortune, right? Because you moving into this divine masculine energy, you're acting on what you have learned during this process. And when you're putting what you've learned into action, it's providing or bringing in this good fortune. And it's for the long term because with the karmic path, I'm always thinking about Saturn. And we're starting out with the spiritual cleansing. So I feel like while in this divine feminine energy, you were doing these spiritual cleansings. You were doing these things to release what is no longer working for you or what has been holding you back. And that has ignited this growth, this passion, this sense of courage for you to get ready to act. And I feel like you're acting in your power, right? You've taken your power back and you're doing the work within. So now it has to reciprocate on the outside, right? It has to be brought out into the real world. I got shift. I'm also getting, as the divine feminine has completed her healing, her spiritual cleansing, the divine masculine is also cleansing and walking into his power. And because we are both in this power, we are in this alignment, we are in this growth and causing this huge shift. And then I get trust. So trust in the path, trust in the journey, right? I feel like with this shift happening, this is also a shift in karma. And when I think of karma, I do think of Saturn. We're talking about time, we're talking about knowledge. There is a change here in the Saturn energy. And mind you, we are now in Capricorn season. So there is a level of protection because there is a shift happening in time. Yesterday, I felt like I lost a whole hour. Like literally, I looked at the clock. It was 5:24. I remember specifically. We were on our way home. When I got home, it was 6:24. I was like, is this clock right? Like we were literally only like 15 minutes away because I was like, it's time, I will have time. Dinner won't be too late. When I got home, it was like an hour later. I was like, where did the time go? We were right around the corner from the store, like literally down the street. So there's a change in time. Also, with yesterday being the winter solstice, the day was shorter and the night became longer, right? That's what the solstice is all about. So I feel like there's a shift in time. There's also getting ready to be a shift in knowledge. There's a lot of things being cleared up, a lot of information being brought to light, not only in our personal lives, but definitely in the entertainment industry, politics. A lot of that is getting cleared up. I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be changed about origins, about land, about religion. Like there is a shift here. And as our power begins to grow because of the actions that we take, the shifts are going to happen, right? Also, with us doing these spiritual cleanses and finding that our fortune is within us, it is also causing a change, a shift in how we see money or value or resources, right? I think that there's a shift there as well. And this is for the long term. We're talking about heavy Saturn energy, right? Okay, I got the Mystical Moments card for good fortune, right? And I normally take the title card out, but again, I feel like this is an introduction. I feel like this is a new beginning. It's like, let me reintroduce myself. I feel like it's like an introductory moment with this good fortune, right? So it's like, and you're creating something. Your talent, your passions, what you want to create or what your heart desires is part of your good fortune or is your good fortune, right? And you have protection because there's this level of justice. Balance is being brought down. Justice is being brought to the forefront, right? You are victorious in this judgment, and because you have done the work and I just heard won your court case. I mean, and it could definitely be spiritual court, but you have this level of protection. I also am getting that, again, we are in spiritual law. We are in universal law. Therefore, you are protected from man's law, right? And then it's like your power, the Eight of Cups, the power to walk away, to the power to seek your own fulfillment, to walk away from the life that you knew, right? To walk away from the life that you know and step into the energy of the unknown, step into the energy of your own power, right? Taking your power back. As the King of Cups, you're very balanced, right? And it's the feminine King of Cups. So you're embracing that femininity, but you're taking action. You're moving with your emotions in balance, and that's giving you the courage because you have the knowledge. You know that you are in alignment with your purpose, with your true self, with your higher calling. You are in alignment with your divine femme, right? You are trusting your intuition. You are trusting the signs and things that you may not have been trusting before. So you're moving and taking action more fluidly, right? More gracefully. And again, with the divine masculine, we have the Hierophant. And when I think of the Hierophant, I always think of the teacher, right? The lessons, the order of things, right? You're moving in action with what you know. Again, taking what you've learned during your spiritual cleansing, and you're moving in very much confident and in flow with the knowledge that you have. That's giving you your courage. That's giving you your power to be able to walk on this journey, to be able to walk away from everything that you know does not serve you and move into this new timeline, this new shift, right? Karmic path, the strength, right? You went through all the karma, you went through the negativity so that you can gain the strength to understand that there is balance. And with the strength, you know that there is a gentleness, a nurturing that is needed to calm that beast, to calm that aggressiveness, which is why you're moving in a King of Cups energy, because you've understood the knowledge, you've gone through and changed your perception and gained wisdom from your higher self, from the divine, from source, right? And with this growth, you can overcome sadness. You don't sit in the sadness. You don't like fester in the sadness. You are that King of Cups. You know how to balance your emotions. You know what actions to take. You are also in that strength energy, the lion and the lamb. You know that there is a certain gentleness, a certain nurturing that is needed when it comes to feelings, and how not only do you feel, but others feel as well. And you can walk away from sadness without feeling guilty, without holding on to it, right? You acknowledge it. You take whatever actions you feel are right for how you feel, right? And then you move on and you continue to grow. You continue to evolve, because that's part of this, right? We cannot stay the same. We have to evolve. We have to grow. We have to get a better understanding of ourselves, how we affect the world and how the world affects us, right? The sun, the source with this spiritual cleansing, this happiness. I'm also feeling like your inner child, your soul, your source had to go through this spiritual cleanse, right? I feel like now we are in the energy of alignment, meaning that our human selves and our spiritual selves are in alignment to make these decisions, to move more gracefully, to be at a peace and calming energy. That when I'm looking at this spread, that's what I'm getting, like peace, calmness, right? King of Cups, balanced emotions, strength, the lion and the lamb. Like she's nurturing this lion and he is just like at her, just like, melting in her arms, right? And then it's like Eight of Cups, this peaceful walk through nature. Even with the Five of Cups, you feel like you have this loss and you see your flowers in the water, but you're there in the water with them, right? It's still a sense of peace. And then mystical moments, I feel it's just a very calm and mystical deck anyway. The Hierophant, the owl and the child are sitting in the tree under the moonlight, very peaceful, learning and gaining knowledge, right? And then with this shift, we have the star, right? This is an amazing shift. This is a wish fulfillment. This is a healing shift, something that is going to heal you, something that's going to bring in this ultimate wish fulfillment. And even looking at this card, the fairy is sitting in the doorway of her castle with a wand, and it's still a very serene, very peaceful type of picture, right? So I'm getting a heavy peace, heavy happiness, and trust with the world. I feel like this is something that's going to affect the world. I feel like this is something that is affecting the world, and this is going to bring a sense of peace across your personal world. I'm also getting huge completion, right? You have completed a journey with this spiritual cleanse, and that's why there's this sense of the sun, this sense of source, this sense of happiness that you're starting out with, right? And I think that that's very, very deep. This did not have the soulmate energy, but I feel like it's because you're your own soulmate. You're coming into union with yourself. This is also coming into union with the divine, with source, because you are now at peace. A lot of people, are like, fear God and all this stuff. And I feel like God is very peaceful, or your higher self, the higher frequency is very calm, very peaceful, very loving. And with you going through this spiritual cleanse, with you completing this karmic karmic journey, this karmic cycle, you're now moving in the energy of peace and love, and you're making decisions that way as well. Very beautiful, like reading. Let's see. I'm going to use the Love Oracle now because that's what I used in the energy read. But let's see what comes out. So the first card that comes out is Cassette, right? Coming out, excuse me, getting rid of outdated thinking, right? Getting out of this conditioning, replaying events over in your head so that you can learn from them, right? It's like this outdated thinking is what's bringing in, getting over this outdated thinking is bringing in your good fortune, bringing in a new way of thinking, right? Maybe also I was just getting, because I said that there was something about your passion, your desires, what you truly want, right? I feel like you're replaying like maybe different events or different things, like manifesting. What is it that you want in your life? You're just replaying them over and over and over, and they're starting to come in, right? 15:55 on the clock as I said that. Right? I feel like with this protection, right, and this justice, because I'm looking at this sword and then I get seduction, right? I feel like you are cutting out any third party interferences. You're cutting out any hooking up. I feel like this is justice for any heartache that you've had. This is bringing balance into your life. I feel like also with this dating and this attracting, you're attracting people that are no longer in this outdated thinking energy, and you understand what conditioning is. So there's no third party interferences. There's no randomly hooking up. You understand the difference between the temptations of the flesh and the desires of the spirit, right? I'm being called to put off the, you're walking away, your power in the butterfly with the transformation, right? You're evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child. There's a lot of growth here because you chose to walk away. I'm also getting you chose to walk away from temptation and third party interferences, and you walked away from outdated thinking and conditioning, right? You're walking away from that because you yourself is evolving, which means that your relationships are going to evolve as well. So I really feel like this soulmate energy was truly about just coming into union with yourself, right? I really get that. I'm getting that energy with this reading. And the Tarot of Mystical Moments is a very different deck than the Love Oracle cards. For me, the Love Oracle cards are very like gossipy, very loud, whereas the Mystical Moments deck gives me a sense of peace, a sense of calmness. So there is a shift in energy here, right? But we still have love. We're talking about kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love, having the courage to fall in love because you're making actions as the King of Cups. You're making actions with your emotions and balance. So you're not afraid to fall in love. You're not afraid to love because you've walked away and you've done that spiritual cleansing of anything that's not working for you, right? So I think this is cool. This is dope, right? Not enough came out in the energy read, right? So in this divine masculine and learning how it works, like those frustrated relationships, the lack of confidence, the ego issues in the masculine, you had to gain knowledge to see that it's just not enough, right? It's not enough to have this outdated thinking and this conditioning and the third parties and the temptation and the hooking up. It's like you want something more, and the spiritual cleanses was to show you that there's so much more that you deserve and that you are worthy of than dealing with these toxic masculine relationships, right? And then also checking yourself, right? We can't always blame it on the masculine energy. Well, we can blame it on the masculine energy because that is just action, right? But we can't always blame it on the men or the male, right? We also have to check ourselves in our feminine energy. What is it that we are receiving? What is it that we're willing to put up with? How do we understand, or now we understand that what we were going through was because of how we valued ourselves, because we are mirrors, we are reflections, right? We are supposed to be in the energy of receiving. So when we're always dealing with toxic masculine energy, we are going to receive toxic energy, toxic love, toxic, things that just don't work for us. And we had to go through this healing. I think that's where that Four of Cups, even though we thought we were bored, we were in the energy of learning. So yeah, this is, understanding what's not working for us, and it's not enough. It's not enough to be frustrated in your relationship. It's not enough to have these ego issues, to be jealous. Nobody wants to be in that energy. At least I don't, right? I tell my kids all the time, like, nobody wants to wake up angry. Nobody wants to be in here yelling at you guys, or trying to get you to understand, or discipline. Like, nobody wants to do that. So let's take the easy route, right? Like, let's just listen, right? Listen to each other, not just them listening to me, but me also listening to them. It is a two-way street. It is an even exchange. And that's with all relationships, parenting and child, friendship, co-worker, husband, wife, girlfriend, whatever it is, it has to be an even exchange. It's not one-sided. And I just said the golden mirror, right? It's not just one-sided. Right? Finding the strength in overcoming those traumas and being self-absorbed and narcissistic, and love bombing, understanding that it is not enough to do that there is so much more to life and so much more to us, to yourself, right? Understanding your worth and your value is so much higher than love bombing, is so much higher than outdated thinking, is so much higher than frustration in the relationship. I just heard the price today is not the same as it was yesterday, right? So it's like we have to overcome, and a lot of it has to deal with self-worth, self-work, doing spiritual cleanses on ourselves so that we can work on bringing in the right relationships, the relationships that work for everyone. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and the older one, and I was like, whenever you make a decision, it always needs to be a win-win-win, right? A win for everybody, a win for you, the other person involved, and a win for spirit, a win for source or nature, right? Yeah, there's growth and loss. Like, when you have these losses, when you have these feelings in these karmic relationships, there's a sense of growth if you take the time and sit with yourself, right? If you find the strength to bring yourself up out of that energy, right? You can get rid of those triggers, right? You can let go and start loving you. These karmic relationships were the like stepping stones to get you to understand your value. Some of us just take a little longer than others, but the karma, the trials, the tribulations, the frustration, the old way of thinking were just stepping stones to get you to where you're supposed to be. They were stepping stones to get you to this healing so that you can understand your value, your worth, and come into the energy of peace and happiness, especially with the spiritual cleanse, the sun, and then we get passion, right? Just having fun, loving yourself, having this insane chemistry for life, not necessarily for another person, having this insane chemistry for yourself, right? Having this unconditional love and this attraction for who you are and who you are becoming is huge before you can even start to look outside of yourself. But I also see like each other equally. Again, there is an even exchange, right? It's not one-sided. So the journey, I think when you set the expectation that the spiritual journey is not for monetary value, but it's for self-worth and self-value, you begin to take this journey differently. You begin to walk in it at peace because you know that money is, what does it say? Money has no power here, right? And then we're ending it with the Phoenix. We're talking about a shift in the reality, a shift in the stars, right? A shift in your healing, your wishes coming true because you are this phoenix. You're coming in to this new phase. I'm also getting a shift in Aquarius because we are moving into the age of Aquarius, where we're in this new phase. We're in this growth, this changed mind, and this transformation, right? I feel like this passion, this chemistry, having fun is clearing out this outdated thinking. It's clearing out this conditioning so that you do move in this new phase with a peaceful and calm sense of like energy, right? You're not moving with Mars energy, this masculine go, go, go. It's like you're taking your time, you're trusting the process, you're trusting the journey, right? Knight of Pentacles was peeking under the deck, under the world. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving deck, right? I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, it's enjoying the scenery, right? That's the road trip that you take just because you want to, right? You're not in a rush. You don't have like a time to get somewhere. You're just enjoying the journey and you're taking in those moments. And that's so interesting with the dream. She literally said, right? Enjoy the moments, because each moment is just a part or piece or a stepping stone to the entire experience, right? Or something like that. I can't remember exactly now. But yeah, it's like be in this Knight of Pentacles energy with the King of Cups action, right? Like it's literally like just take your time. Plant your seeds. Even the way that I'm talking right now is like very peaceful, very calm, very slow. I'm not overly excited. I'm not rushing to get the message out, right? Trust in your boundaries. Not today also came out in the energy reading. So even though we did not get the soulmate card, we got not enough and we got not today, right? This soulmate energy is definitely for yourself. This is coming into union with you, your true authentic self, the original you, the you that you were always meant to be. Because we've done the spiritual cleansing, we've done the healing, we've released the outdated thinking, we've released the conditioning, we've released the third party temptation, the hooking up, and we have transformed and evolved into our own self. We have this healing energy and this growth. Trust in the boundaries that you have set. Trust that the hurt, the anger, the frustration, the narcissistic and manipulative relationships are over. We're not dealing with that going forward. We are moving forward in peace. We are moving forward in happiness. We are moving forward in unconditional love, right? Now I'm going to close it out with the Metaphysical Cannabis deck. I'm not going to use a tarot for this particular reading, but we're going to see what comes out in this Oracle deck. This is actually one of my faves, especially when it comes to love. I don't know why, but I guess it's because of the vibes, right? If you in your cannabis vibe and that cannabis energy, the vibes, right? So let's see what comes out. The first card out, we got two, but let's see. The first card out is nurture, right? Yeah, nurture yourself. Nurture your passions, your desires, what you want, right? Nurture your love for yourself, your attraction to yourself. Nurture yourself by replaying events or imagining the things that you want for yourself, right? Like that's dope. And then we get beyond, right? Like there's this attraction, there's this justice from beyond. I feel like your higher self, I feel like your ancestors, your spirit guides, the divine source is like hugging you, it's like holding you, it's like loving you, letting you know that justice has been restored, that balance has been brought in, that you are in your energy, and we're here to protect you because we need you to nurture yourself. We need you to be able to continue on your path and continue to heal and spread your love. I'm getting heavy frequency energy, right? And then we got divine feminine, the void. Nurture the divine femme, nurture yourself. The power is in the feminine energy. The power is being able to walk away, taking your power back. The power is in your evolution, your growth, healing that inner child. It's like becoming this blank slate. That's why it's the void, right? Cleansing, getting rid of all of those things that don't work for you so that you can begin to create the life that you want and not the life that was put on you or placed on you or what you thought you could have because of the limited thinking, right? And that's part of freedom, right? That's part of breaking out of the matrix, is releasing what's not working for you so that you can find your true purpose, so you can understand your own self-worth and know that what you desire within is what you deserve and what you are worthy of, right? Sing, speak, right? Have the courage to speak unconditionally, right? Fall in love with your words, right? Fall in love with your actions and speak, right? I feel like we need to walk it like we talk it, right? Like, your actions need to match your words. And when you move in that King of Cups energy, I think that's exactly what is happening, right? Let's see. So we have not enough, right? We're not dealing with that. We're learning from the toxic masculine energy, and we are remembering who we are. So yeah, it's like moving in action, the divine masculine, right? We had to sit and learn, get knowledge, right? Also understanding that the old ways of thinking were not enough, right? Because we're tired of being frustrated. And when we do that and walk away from that, we remember who we are. With Mama Water memory, it's like remembering who you truly are, remembering what it is that your heart desires and not doing what everyone else wants you to do, right? The spiritual cleansing was literally, or the spiritual journey was literally about getting back to self, finding out who you truly are, peeling back the layers, right? I get starseed, right? We're talking about the strength, this karmic path. I feel like we're moving. The starseed is one that's here to help. Right? I'm getting starseed, the nurturer, and the memory. So maybe there is some starseed, some galactic, some old energy that's coming back in, some old gifts, old power that you thought that you never knew you had or that you lost. Maybe as a child you had it, wasn't aware, and as time progressed, as you begin to lose parts of your self-worth, they dissipated and now they're coming back, right? Because you are here to create. So yeah, it's like in these karmic relationships and this loss that you were growing through has now given you the ability, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the desire to create something new, the desire to grow something that's never been grown before. 33 on the clock. And yeah, it's like, and you now have to nurture that. And when I get sing, I'm getting like when you speak with passion, when you speak with love, right? You're nurturing whatever it is that you want to create. And it's going to blossom, it's going to bloom, it's going to develop with a loving energy, with a loving frequency, right? Get back to nature. Get back to the natural order of things. The spiritual cleanse, like with the sun and this insane chemistry and having fun, is allowing you to focus more on nature, allowing you to get back to the natural order of things and not through the conditions. Okay. So yeah, I feel like, just focus on the natural order of things. And I think that's a major part of enjoying the moments, right? Not forcing anything, going with the flow, not being in a rush, right? And then I got universal oneness, transcend. When we talk about this shift, We talk about the star, the phoenix, and then transcending into this universal oneness. Again, I'm getting that the soulmate energy is about coming into union with yourself, your higher self, your inner child, with source, with nature, with the divine, not necessarily another person. But because you are coming into union, you're coming into growth with yourself, and you are that mirror, you are that reflection, and you're vibrating on that frequency. Guess what? You're going to attract people that are right there with you. Right? Like I'm getting like nature is speaking, like there is a music, there's a certain harmony, frequency or energy that is in nature that also lies within us, so that we are able to create, so that we are able to regain powers that we have once lost, right? We are moving back to our origins, the authenticity not only within ourselves but within the earth, the natural order of things, the natural order of life. And at the bottom of the deck, I get creation solo magic, because this is a solo journey. This is about you coming into union with yourself. It has nothing to do with coming into union with anyone else. This is about your solo journey between you, your inner child, and source, nature, right? This is your divine masculine energy and your divine feminine energy coming into union. You are now in alignment, so that when you act, when you make decisions, they are in alignment. You are creating something beautiful. You're living in the energy of love. You're living in the energy of peace and harmony and value and self-worth, and your values, your resources, everything, your good fortune comes from within. This was a very, very beautiful reading. I really hope, like, not a lot of people get my readings or watch my readings on YouTube. But I really hope that one day, when it is your time, you're going to receive this message, because you know that you're on the right path. This message is meant for you when you find it, letting you know that you are in union with yourself, with the divine, and you are in a peaceful and loving energy. And I love this for you, because it is amazing feeling. It is an amazing place to be. So trust in your journey, not anyone else. Trust in your healing process, not anyone else's. Trust in your value, your desires, your worth, no one else's. And live in the moments, because those moments can add up to create beautiful experiences. 11:47 on the clock. And if you've been following me, you know 11:47 is a very important number to my spiritual journey. I love you. Have an amazing day.